Namaste, friends, and welcome to our spiritual journey exploring Hindu cosmology. In this video, we will dive deep into Hindu concepts of cyclical time, parallel universes, and dimensions. So get ready to expand your mind as we explore the multidimensional realms of Hindu cosmology. Ancient Hindu traditions have conceived of fabulously large cycles of cosmic creation and destruction. The Shatpat Brahman, composed sometime between 700–300 BCE, describes how the creator god Prajapati performs a sacrifice, which results in the production of the Ved, the different worlds and beings within them. It says Prajapati alone was here in the beginning. He desired, "May I exist, may I reproduce myself." He toiled. He practiced austerity. From his mouth he created the Brahmin, priestly class. From his arms he created the Kshatriya, warrior class. From his thighs he created the Vaishya, commoner class. And from his feet he created the Sudra, labor class. The moon was born from his mind. The sun was born from his eye. From his mouth Indra and Agni. From his breath, Vayu, wind, was born. The sky was born from his head. The earth from his feet. The quarters from his ear, and fitfully sacrifice was born from sacrifice. As we can see, it portrays a kind self-birthing, with form emerging from formlessness, but not detailed. The Puran composed in the first millennium CE present cosmology on an even grander scale. They describe the repetition of cosmic cycles of creation and destruction across nearly unfathomable spans of time. Vayu Puran 1.58 says, 1,000 cycles of 4 yugas means 1,000 Mahayugas, constitute a single day of Brahma. Brahma's lifespan is 100 Brahma years, Vayu Purana 158. 100 Brahma years estimated 311 trillion years. Such a colossal timescale utterly dwarfs current scientific estimates for the age of our universe at 13.8 billion years. And in fact, many Puranas explicitly state the cyclical creation and destruction of innumerable universes. Vishnu Puran 1.7 says, "At the dissolution of the world, every created object enters into the primal body of the Lord, and at the succeeding creation it issues forth again, as if awakened from sleep. This procession of things arises age after age, as regularly as the sun sets and rises again." This resonates with contemporary cosmological theories of our universe undergoing successive Big Bangs, such as the ekpyrotic model, promoted by Paul Steinhardt and Neil Turok. Here, two three-dimensional brains moving along an extra dimension collide and recollide, sparking Big Bang events that initiate new epochs of universal expansion and evolution. Each Big Bang leads to a distinct four-dimensional universe or space-time, implying a possible multiverse of parallel dimensions, reminiscent of Hindu cosmology. We also find mention of such parallel worlds and higher dimensional realms interpenetrated within our perceived reality across Hindu scriptures. Isha Upanishad says, "Concealed in the heart of all beings is the Atman, the spirit, the self, smaller than the smallest atom, greater than the vast spaces. He who beholds all beings in his self, and his self in all beings, henceforth has no fear." This verse hints at subtle energy bodies and inner worlds mapped within our nervous system, which advanced yogis may access through refined states of meditative absorption and eventually unify with the ground of all being. Now, the advanced age of Puranic cosmology, along with its conception of cycles of cosmic generation and dissolution, reflects evolving sophistication in Hindu concepts of spacetime. Earlier Vedic myths centered on more anthropomorphic creator deities like Prajapati, who set the wheel of samsara in motion. Puranic accounts then reframed Prajapati and Brahma as overseers of vastly expanded cosmic processes of pulsational genesis and oblivion across near eternity. We see this bridge between old and new in a celebrated hymn from the Rigved, known as the Purush Suktam 1090. Here the gods perform a sacrifice of a mythical giant person, or proto-consciousness called Purush, who becomes dismembered into the different constituents of the cosmos. From that great general sacrifice, the dripping fat was gathered up. He formed the creatures of the air, and animals both wild and tame. From that great general sacrifice were born the rhythms and the hymns, were born the sacred chants and meters. From it were born the sacrificial formulas, were born the sacrificial chants. From it horses came into being and all creatures with 2 rows of teeth. From it were generated cows, from it goats and sheep were born. This depicts primeval sacrifice, with Purush being ritually immolated like Prajapati to unleash constructive cosmic forces. His body parts and vital energies metastasize into animals, ecological systems, and even verses memorized by priests during sacrificial performance. Now, we earlier touched upon how Prajapati seems connected with fluctuational vacuum dynamics allowed by symmetry breakings of physical laws at cosmic genesis. Interestingly, Prajapati is etymologically defined as progenitor lord, he who inflates and generates progeny. Some speculate the Rigveda similarly holds veiled references to cosmic inflation, with its mention of the universe ballooning in size by a factor of 10 in hymn 10.129, called as Nasdiya Sukt. Then even non-existence was not there, nor existence. There was no air then, nor the space beyond it. What covered it? Where was it? In whose keeping? Was there then cosmic fluid, in depths unfathomed? Then there was neither death nor immortality, nor was there then the torch of night and day. The one breathed windlessly and self-sustaining. There was that one then, and there was no other. At first, there was only darkness wrapped in darkness. All this was only unillumined cosmic water. That one which came to be, enclosed in nothing, arose at last, born of the power of knowledge. In the beginning, desire descended on it. That was the primal seed, born of the mind. The sages who have searched their hearts with wisdom know that which is kin to that which is not. And they have stretched their cord across the void, and know what was above and what below. Seminal powers made fertile mighty forces. Below was strength, and over it was impulse. But after all, who knows? And who can say whence it all came, and how creation happened? The gods themselves are later than creation, so who knows truly whence it has arisen? Whence all creation had its origin? The Creator, whether he fashioned it or whether he did not. The Creator, who surveys it all from highest heaven, he knows, or maybe even he does not know. The Nasadiya Sukta, found in the Rigveda's 10th mandala, is a profound hymn known as the Hymn of Creation. It offers a thought-provoking inquiry into the origins of the universe. Using paradoxical language, it explores the cosmic void before creation, inviting contemplation on the essence of existence, divinity, and the mysterious forces behind creation. This hymn's poetic and metaphorical language challenges conventional explanations, stimulating deep introspection and philosophical inquiry into the fundamental questions of reality and existence. Its timeless appeal lies in its ability to inspire seekers of wisdom, transcending time and culture as a testament to ancient Vedic philosophical sophistication. Conceptually, speculations and mathematical abstractions represent an evolving rediscovery of deep insights long preserved in India's sacred cosmogonies, and the functional role of anthropomorphic creator gods like Prajapati could be seen as metaphors for otherwise inconceivable quantum fluctuations, thus bringing mythic cosmology more in line with advances in physics. Now we saw before how Hindu cosmology accommodates vast scales of cosmic time with cycles of universal manifestation repeating over 311 trillion years. And intriguingly, many Puranas also describe myriads of coexisting layered realms and parallel dimensions witnessed by higher beings. Shiva Purana says, celestial seers, like Sanaka, and others who have the unique intellectual power to reach the very truth of things aimed at the highest target, and see all the 3 phases of time, past, present, and future, Trikal Jnanam, without any hindrance. They all cull out mystic insights from the Vedas through intuition, Pratibha. This verse explicitly confirms direct perception of past, present, and future time streams by mystics immersed in deeper dimensions of consciousness. Indeed, the Puranas portray our universe as part of a vast multiverse of trillions of worlds. Srimad Bhagavatam says, Shri Nard said, "My dear Lord, you are the supreme instructor. There is no one better than you, for you can perfectly understand the miserable conditions within the material world, both in the past, present, and future. Because you are the supreme person, nothing is unknown to you. Your form is transcendental, excelling all other forms. Your mercy relieves the conditioned souls from material existence, so they may be engaged in your devotional service. You create, maintain, and dissolve the whole cosmic manifestation. Therefore, you are the controller of everything. Here the sage Nard praises Krishna as the supreme digital programmer handling source codes behind material existence across spacetime. And in fact, a recurring motif across Puranic literature is the universe understood as a simulated reality, overseen by Vishnu, Narayan, along with Brahma and Shiv, who design and render nested worlds across multidimensional platforms. Souls transmigrate through these realms in successive reincarnations, while learning moral lessons driven by karma. The Hindu texts describe innumerable universes existing all at the same time, moving around like atoms, each with its own Brahma, Vishnu, and Shiva. Bhagavata Purana says, every universe is covered by 7 layers: earth, water, fire, air, sky, the total energy, and false ego, each 10 times greater than the previous one. There are innumerable universes besides this one, and although they are unlimitedly large, they move about like atoms in you. Therefore, you are called unlimited. Because you are unlimited, neither the lords of heaven nor even you yourself can ever reach the end of your glories. The countless universes, each enveloped in its shell, are compelled by the wheel of time to wander within you, like particles of dust blowing about in the sky. The Shrutis, following their method of eliminating everything separate from the Supreme, become successful by revealing you as their final conclusion. The layers or elements covering the universes are each 10 times thicker than the one before, and all the universes clustered together appear like atoms in a huge combination. And who will search through the wide infinities of space to count the universes side by side, each containing its Brahma, its Vishnu, its Shiva? Who can count the Indras in them all, those Indras side by side, who reign at once in all the innumerable worlds, those others who passed away before them? Or even the Indras who succeed each other in any given line, ascending to godly kingship, one by one, and, one by one, passing away. Yoga Vasistha says, everything that is anywhere is produced from and subsists in space. It is always all in all things, which are contained as particles in it. Such is the pure, vacuous space of the divine understanding, that like an ocean of light contains these innumerable worlds, which like the countless waves of the sea are revolving forever in it. There are many other large worlds rolling through the immense space of vacuum as the giddy goblins of yakshas revel about in the dark and dismal deserts and forests, unseen by others. Garg Samhita says, you know one universe. Living entities are born in many universes, like mosquitoes in many udumbara, cluster fig fruits. The convergence between Hindu notions of cosmogony and concepts from physics like vacuum dynamics, inflationary models, and theories of the multiverse are remarkable. Mythic notions of self-generating gods making sacrifice to create worlds strongly resonate with mathematically described quantum processes. And visions of eternally repeating cycles of cosmic incarnation and withdrawal reinforce modern conjectures around cosmological natural selection and quantum state, eternal inflation spawning baby universes. Most provocatively, ancient Puranic verses actually verbatim portray digitally computed realities rendered through consciousness-derived algorithms and populated by data-driven embodiments of souls entangled in samsaric learning curves. Here cyclical space-time provides limitless processing capacity for discovering all variation, novelty and possibility, much like an eternal fountain head of bitstrings and information states. Across Hindu sacred narratives, high philosophy and mystic visions, we find a holographic cosmos dancing with proto-consciousness, the many radiating out of the one in pulsating rhythms that collapse all difference. So whether through science or religion, art or mathematics, transcendent experience or rational contemplation, all paths ultimately lead to the inexhaustible, ungraspable source. With deep understanding and intuition, ancient seers directly apprehended these ground truths of our divine cosmic betrothal. I bow in reverence to their wisdom transmitted across millennia. Please like, share, and subscribe for much more content exploring spirituality, philosophy, and our place in this marvelous, mysterious metaverse. Until next time, namaskar.